Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the IC. The title of the IC is Study on the relationship between the intake of nutritional supplements and doping knowledge of female students in Harbin Sports University. There are 4 parts of this IC, and the first is introduction. About the introduction, competitive sports is athletes through physical, technical, psychological training and play out the maximum potential of the body so as to get excellent results. For competitive sports, it's necessary to pay more attention on the performance of players and focus on research and the development, the method of players to break records and win the championship. Athletes not only through scientific and effective training to improve performance. Nutritional supplement intake is also one of the main methods to improve competitive performance. The use of doping has been considered all over the world. After the establishment of the World Anti-Doping Agency, the use of doping by athletes has not decreased but increased. The main reason is that the continuous development of doping inspection technology in the past competitions, such as the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, the 2012 London Olympic Games, and the 2014 Sochi Olympic Games, and so on. Doping test positive reactions have been exposed continuously, and many athletes have been deprived of medals. According to the recent advanced research on nutritional supplement intake and the doping awareness in South Korea, the research objects are focused on the range of athletes, such as golf athletes, swimming athletes, dancers, shooting athletes, taekwondo athletes, and so on. There are lots of researchers are focused on the Asian athletes, whereas there are the lack of research on elite athletes and the student athletes in China. However, with the development of modern science and technology, the world athletes' investment in drug corruption is increasing, and the method of use are becoming more and more dangerous. In order to eradicate doping, the World Anti-Doping Agreement, the United States Anti-Doping Agreement, the International Olympic Anti-Doping Convention, and other anti-doping agreements around the world, all of the kind of institutions are keeping work hard. Therefore, students whose major in sports should understand the inactive part of those nutritional supplements so as to easily overcome the temptation of drugs. The awareness of doping is not only needed by athletes, but also by coaches, parents, and colleges who guide them and give them advices. The second part of this IC is methodology. The first one is research objects. The object of this study is a female student of Harbin Sports University of China, which includes a major in the ordinary event, summer sports and the winter sports. A total of 300 female students are the object. Based on the 300 questionnaires, there are 295 questionnaires were used for final analysis. Except for the 5 questionnaires which are judged to be dishonest or missing, the general characters of the research objects are shown in the table 1. And this picture is the table 1. It will show how many students in the grade 1 to grade 4 and the major of those female students and the athletic experience of those athletes, and did they achieve any winning experience of their athletes' careers. Second is research method. The questionnaire was based on the softball market 1994, Kim Kin 1999, and Sandot Bargen 2003, Kim Chun-kui Act 5 People 2004, and Hyun-chul 2015. This paper makes a conceptual and statistical study of Chinese students from the cultural perspective, and then makes some modifications and improvements according to the purpose of this study. The questionnaire consists of 11 items, including 4 items of general characters, 3 items of intake pattern, and 3 items of doping awareness. The specific indicators, contents, and the topics of the questionnaire used in the study was shown in the table 2. And this picture is the table 2. And it will show how many questions and what kind of those questions. And the second, it is possible to make the IC more academic and make it variety and readability, and use some measuring tools. And the fourth is data. After collecting the questionnaire, they are analyzed by sparse statistical program. The first, it was used by the frequency analysis, and second is cross analysis, and the third is multiple response analysis. When move to the conclusion, the first part is investigation of on the intake from the sports nutrition supplement. The first part is the difference of nutritional supplement intake experience caused by demographic background variables of female students whose major in general events, summer sports and the winter sports in Harbin Sports University of China. The difference in nutritional supplement intake experience caused by the demographic background variables of female students in Harbin Sports University of China is just shown in the table 3. And this paper is table 3. According to the data of Table 3, in order to understand the difference of nutritional supplement intake experience caused by demographic background variables, there is no significant difference in gender, grade, athletic experience, project, and award-winning experience. And the second is domestic background variables of Harbin Sports University. Female students whose major in general event, summer sports, winter sports lead to the difference in the reason for the intake of nutritional supplements. The difference in nutritional supplement intake reasons caused by the demographic background variables of female students in Harbin Sports University of China, which was shown in the table 4. According to table 4, the data in order to understand the difference in the reason of nutritional supplement intake caused by demographic variables, which was shown that there is no significant difference in athletic experience, project, and award-winning experience. Next is the difference in nutritional supplement intake motives according to demographic background variables of Harbin Sports University. Female students whose major in general event, summer sports, winter sports in China. The differences in motivation of nutritional supplement intake caused by demographic background variables of female students in Harbin Sports University of China, as just was shown in the table 5. And this picture is table 5. According to the data in the Picture 5, in order to understand the difference of motivation of nutritional supplement intake caused by demographic variables, grade was in that level and award-winning experience are at that level, whereas there is no significant difference in athletic experience and the project. The second part is Harbin Sports University female students doping awareness. The first is the differences in doping education experience of Harbin Sports University female students whose major in general events, summer sports, and winter sports in China. It was shown in the table 6 as to difference in the experience of doping education among students of Harbin Sports University in China. No experience of doping education according to demographic background variables is more appearing. And according to the data from the table 6, the difference of doping education experience based on demographic background variables, athletic experience was that level, and there was a significant difference in athletic experience, but there is no significant difference in grade, project, and award-winning experience. And the second is the difference between the presence and the absence of doping item. items among female students of Harbin Sports University, whose major in general event, summer sports, winter sports in China, which was shown in the table 7. The differences between the presence and the absence of doping items among female students of Harbin Sports University in China. There is more I know according to the domestic background variables. And this picture is table 7. According to data from the table 7, it was found that there was no significant difference in grade, aesthetic experience, project, and award-winning career. The third is the differences in knowledge acquisition of doping items by Harbin Sports University female students whose major in general event, summer sports, winter sports in China, as shown in the table 8. The difference between whether or not female students of Harbin Sports University in China acquire knowledge about doping items is most often linear according to demographic background variables. And this picture is table 8. According to data from the table 8, it was found that there was no significant difference in grade, athletic experience, project, and award-winning experience. And the final part is acknowledgement. According to the result of this study, which is similar to the previous studies, for athletes, the choice of nutritional supplement is an important factor to improve competitive ability. Furthermore, the higher the level of competitive ability, the higher the intake frequency of sports exclusive ability subsides. And the type of intake is similar to that of vitamin intake. This is similar to the previous research result of Li Shengxun 2011, which is the research object is golf athletes. Most of the athletes take nutritional supplement under the advice of their parents, which indicates that parents should also participate in the intake education of nutritional supplement. This is because the advocates believe that the frequency of family members or parents is high. The athletes are at a high risk of doping exposure. In this way, it's believed that efforts should be made to develop and popularize programs that can teach doping knowledge to athletes and carry out doping education for coaches, which is the most effective way to guide the athletes. The nutritional supplement taken by athletes are to improve and maintain their competitive ability. However, due to the lack of knowledge and information, it will make a reduction on the sympathetic nervous system and humoral abnormalities that athletes or coaches didn't expect, as well as reduce the body abnormalities and the life of the athletes. For them, no intention of doping drugs is not only considered as water, but also may be criticized by the states. Therefore, in order to grasp the correct information of intake and doping, continuous education is indeed. And the following tips is a reference from this paper. That's all. Thank you.